Well, hey, folks, we're live. Welcome. This is not the typical radio show, but we are live. I got to see what all the things are that are poking up here. What's sticking up out of nowhere? All that stuff. All right. Well, welcome to the show tonight. It's going to be a live stream, and I got to get my stuff set up a little bit. I've been gone for a little bit, and I come back home, and everything's moved around. Even though I did my my little announcement for tonight earlier. All right. Hopefully that'll do. All right. Lights. A little more focused. Hey, Matt Finn, how you doing? Good to see ya. Steve Clark, how you doing this morning or this evening? I do that all the time. All right. There. I think that's working. I can bring the mic up, but wow, everything's always set up a little differently when you start. So welcome to the show. This is, folks, the Intrepid Radio program, but not the real radio program. There is a pre-recorded that I did this morning that goes out on air, which is airing right now over at Odyssey Radio, and that's Odyssey, ODYSY1.com. There's only a handful of you in here, so if you want to go listen to that, you can do that. Live, you say. Yes, I say, field guy. Live today, and I can hear children outside my door. Not atypical. We've got our neighbors over from across the street, and they're over and they're all burning a big bonfire out in our backyard and roasting marshmallows and stuff. And I said, I'm going in to do a little live radio. And Cuzfield, Odyssey has the old commercials. I know. I think they don't do a lot of selling of advertising time during my show. And that's all right for now. And so that's why you hear the old radio commercials over there. And my setup feels different right now than it did when I pre-recorded. I was pre-recording this morning. And I'm going to tell you one of the little mishaps. I record the show for the evening. And I record for the radio on one program. It's just an audio. And I record for the video over here. And apparently I did not hit the right button when I started up this morning. And I got all done recording the audio for the radio. And then I came over to edit and put in the bumps and the music and everything for this show. And it didn't record. So I said, I'm not going to do it twice. So I'm just going to come over and do a live stream tonight. And so how is everybody? It's good to see you here. We got Field Guy. We got Susie Q. How you doing? Good to see you. And Steve Clark and Matt Finn. And who else we got in here? I don't know. But hey, I wanted to show this off. I got this little tube that came in the mail while I was gone. I was out of town Monday through Thursday. I was supposed to be coming home Thursday morning, and we didn't end up getting out of there until late last night. And it's about a 3-hour drive from here. So I didn't come in late. And that's why I've been gone the last few days. I was working for a good friend of mine who's also, when I first met him, he was a client of mine. And I started doing work for him. And I've got many years ago, 15 years ago. And I will say this. He is somebody that I hold up as an example to follow. He is a man who was an auto mechanic and kind of living, job to job, paycheck to paycheck, like many Americans. And he said, that's enough of this shit. And he said, I'm going to do something different. And so he was doing used car auto inspections. And those are if you wanted to go out and buy a used car, you could call him up and he would go and inspect the car for you for, I don't know, $75 or something like that. And it's worth it if you're going to drop several thousand on a used car. And so he got this idea that there's a lot of people that need this kind of service. And he set up a website. And he started doing this out of his home. And he was taking calls all over the city, locally. Then it spread. He had people calling him from out of state. And he ended up several years later having the entirety of the United States. And if you wanted your car inspected and he lived in Minneapolis, and you lived, say, over in Los Angeles, you could call his company and he'd call a certified mechanic on the other side of the country. So he had mechanics in every city. Didn't work for him. They were all freelance. And he built this up, a huge involved website. And he had call takers. What do you call them? He had a call bank. And people would take calls all day. And he built this business up to something where back about 7 years ago, he had sold the business off for a couple of $1 million. And he stayed on with the company. It was part of the deal to make sure it flowed well. Well, the management of that company ran it into the ground. He ended up a few years later buying it back for a fraction of the price he sold it. And he started building it up again. It was called Lemon Squad. If you go to lemonsquad.com, you can see his site. And so he built that thing up again to something really great, doing very well, the American dream. And just this last week, while I was up there doing work for him on another project, he sold that company off. And let's just say it this way. He sold that company off for several 7 figures. And so he's doing all right. And he's 10 years younger than I am, 11 years younger than I am, I think. No, 10 years. And so he is a success story. He's somebody who pulled himself up and said, I'm going to make this happen. And nobody really knew who he was or what he looked like. He had a website. He was kind of faceless out there, except the local people, meaning you can be anybody. You can be any color. You can be any race, creed, whatever. And he built this business up out of nothing and operated it pretty much out of his back bedroom the whole time and ended up selling it off for that astronomical price. So he's set for life. And operator standing by, that's right, field guy. And Sean Stroik, good to see you. Nice to have you. I think that's how you pronounce it, Stroik. And good to have you here tonight. And so I was up at his place, and some of you on my Facebook have seen the Hell's Head coffee stuff I've been putting up. About a month ago, remember when I was gone for a few days a month ago with the family? We went up there. He put Rainey and the kids and I up in the hotel, and I worked for him for 3 days up there and started getting his Hell's Head coffee idea off the ground with him, designing logos, helping put stuff together for the website and all of that. And this week when I went up, we were really kind of nailing things closed on that. And so Hell's Head Coffee, the website is not active yet. We're still building it. And but you can go over to Etsy and see some of the garments. We started putting some of that stuff up. Just go to Etsy.com, just like going to Son of a Patriot. Instead of Son of a Patriot, go to Hell's Head Coffee. And you're going to see the stuff that we put together. And so that's what I was doing all week. And while I was doing that, he was selling off his business. He's got a nice little house out on the point on a lake surrounded by the forest. And it's not a big house. It's a gorgeous house. And he's doing well. And so that's just a word for the American dream. And somebody who made that happen. An auto mechanic who had some good business sense and made this company happen. And it worked. So, yeah, you can go see Lemon Squad. He's still with the company, I think, for at least a year to help all the things transfer over smoothly. And so that's what he's doing. So that's where I was for earlier part of this week. I could have done radio from up there, but after working all day and focusing on that stuff, by the time, 5:30, 6 o'clock rolled around, we were just done. And we hung out. And my son Flynn came with me this week. And so we had a good time. Dad and son hanging out. And so I wanted to say, by the way, I was, when I got back, I had several bits of mail and this little package. And this came from Matt. And it says, every tribe needs a chief. Just don't find yourself on the wrong side of the U.S. government like these brave men did. And I want to say thank you, Matt. And he sent me this collection of posters. They look like this. It's of these chiefs about the series we just came out of. And let's see, we got Cochise, which I just showed you. And he was with the Apache. And we've got Sitting Bull right here. Wanted for acts against the U.S. peace. So we had Sitting Bull. What else we got in here? I haven't even taken these all apart yet. This is supposed to be Crazy Horse. Now, they've said, historians have said, this is not the picture of Crazy Horse, as some thought it might be, but it's not. But this is Crazy Horse. Reward for him. And what else we got here? We've got Chief Gall. We just covered him earlier last week. Chief Gall. And one more in here. And we've got Geronimo. There you go. So, Matt, I want to thank you for these. What a very cool gift to come home to. Thank you, Master Finn. And so those, we'll do something with those. Don't know what yet. Frame them up and put them on the wall space in my pub. How about that? And let me get these papers all back together, so pardon the paper noise while we're doing this. So there you go. Hey, Barry. Good to see you, Barry Chad. And who else we got going in here? Anybody new other than Barry? Good to see you, brother. Put those back in the tube. I can smell the fire out there. They're having a little fire, and the kids are all running around roasting marshmallows. So right outside my window. All right. So there's that. So thank you, Matt. Again, I appreciate that. Hey, Barbara. Good to see you. Eric Layton. Good to see you, Eric Layton Crandall. Said, I finally found your show. And you know what? You caught us on a live night, but a little bit of an off night, Eric. So welcome. Everybody welcome Eric. He's an attorney here in Wisconsin. And and a friend of mine on my Facebook page. And so you made it over. We're going live tonight only because I had some technical difficulties in getting the actual show up, which I pre-record during the day, sometime in the morning or the afternoon, and then I put it up for the evening, all edited in with the music and the bumps and all of that stuff. And so tonight we're going live. We had some technical difficulties this morning, and I said, you know what, I've been gone all week. I'm not going to just skip it. I'm going to come on, and we're going to talk here tonight. And we're going to talk a little bit about some stuff. This is what I was talking about on the show today. I want to talk about, and we'll jump into it a little bit here in just a bit. But this whole idea of the personal nature of politics, what politics have become, and this whole motivated reasoning, it's called, or motivated cognition, cognitive motivation. And so I want to talk about that in a couple of minutes here. We'll get to that. And I've got all my notes called up here, and we'll start going into that a little bit. But if you want to still go hear the actual show, I did pre-record the audio that went out on, as you all know, we have the radio show plays on Odyssey Radio Network. That's ODYSY1.com. You can go over and hear the audio version of this show, and you can see all the different outlets where you can pick the audio version of the show up every night. And then we, of course, simulcast over here in video, over on what I call my YouTube channel when I'm doing the show. And that's at youtube.com/Mr. Scotty Roberts. But of course, all of you know that because we're live tonight and you're here on the YouTube channel. And Barbara, that's for Barbara from Steve. Sorry about that. So Eric, welcome. It's just good to have you here. It's kind of nice to see a good, cool face. Chad Sanders, good to see you. Nice you're coming in. We've only got a handful of people because we didn't launch this show, and we've been gone all week, and we just played reruns. They played reruns over on Odyssey Radio. As a matter of fact, I think they went back and played the very first show on Monday night that we ever did on Odyssey Radio. And I don't know what else Russ played throughout the week, but he played some good reruns. And we've been on Odyssey now for about a year. It was it was the week of August 19th last year that we launched. And right now, we would always broadcast on the radio. Hey, guys. Oh, more than that. Come on. That's all I get. I get John. Come over here. These are my neighbors. This is Brienne. I call her Brie. Yeah, you better zip up. That's John. They're all out having a bonfire outside, and they came and flashed me just now. So that's usually my wife's job. So John, she opened the door, and I see a big white moon. I went, oh, I did not howl. So, but thank you for that.
Yeah.
I think I can die young now. You like that? You like it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There's no watermelon on it either.
No, I deflected.
Nice.
So,
what are you doing?
How come Rainey didn't join you with that?
She's got the kids.
Hi, Bree and John. Everybody's saying over in the chat room. So,
That's not working.
see, I always call her Bree. That's why I called her Brienne. Oh, leave that be, sweetie. All right, there's my neighbors for you. Now you know who they are. See you guys. Hey, John, come in with your pants up next time. All right. Yeah, so they were giving me a little shit a little earlier. Oh, we're going to just sit out and enjoy the fire, and you can go in and do your radio thing. And so I just got mooned and flashed by my neighbors. So there you go. Hey, it's life. So everybody flashes me around here. Anyway, I forgot where I was and what I was talking about. Don't worry about the viewership this week. You could fire a cannon in any courthouse in the U. Oh, really? That bad this week, Eric? So, Scott Allen, good to see you. And could be worse, says Madfin. Could be worse. So, Eric says, not just a judge. Everyone's on vacation. Oh, I suppose, for the Labor Day weekend. So, yeah, that's where we're starting up in fine form here right now. Hi. This is Harley coming in now. You want to say hi?
Say hi.
Bree and Harley. Say hi, Harley. You see yourself over there?
Hi.
There she is.
Oh, the light.
How you doing? Did you get some marshmallows?
Yeah. Say hi, Scotty. Hey.
That's not, that one's not mine.
Say hi, Scotty.
Hi, Harley. You want to go back to the fire?
Her face was pressed up against the glass window.
I see. She's got pressed boogie things all over her face.
She's got marshmallow everywhere.
So this is my live stream that we're doing tonight. This isn't going out to the radio audience. It's going to the live stream audience.
Oh.
Hi. How you doing, baby?
Can you say hi to everybody?
Say hi, everybody.
Hi. Say hi.
That's Harley, and her big sister is Haley.
Aw, so nice.
I give you a kiss back.
Oh, don't touch those.
Yeah, don't touch
Look,
the buttons.
Everyone's saying hi to you.
They're all saying hi.
Aw.
So there you go.
All
You're
right.
famous now.
Yay.
In a small way.
Do you want to go night-night?
You gonna go night-night?
Say night-night, Scotty. Hi.
Night-night. All right.
All right, can you say night-night to everybody? Over here? Look. Say night-night.
See all those people over there.
Yeah, hot.
Yeah, hot.
All right, you ready?
All right.
Can't
You guys
see her.
taking off?
Yeah. Oh, she is.
She is. You're going to go. Bye. Bye. Yeah, there's lots of stuff in here, isn't there?
All right, we'll stop bugging you now.
See you in a little bit.
All right.
Bye.
Is the cat okay?
Yeah, he's okay. Thanks, Bree.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my neighbors. And my neighbor's kid. Well, she's my neighbor too, I guess. She's just too young to really understand what that means. So, anyway, I don't know where I was. And this is, to be fair to newcomers tonight, this isn't a normal show. We're going live. One of these days, we're going to go very soon. We're going to go live every night anyway at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll start doing the show live, and we'll start bringing more guests in. I know the last show we did was on Sunday with my friend Ruben Fasthorse. And I know a lot of you enjoyed having Ruben on here. He's been on before. And so we'll start bringing in more guests like that. And yeah, tonight's just a little taste of reality. And I should have swung the camera around when they were mooning me at the door and flashing me. So there you go. That's my life. So yeah, love reality, Sean. That's for sure. So let's see, what else did I see? Oh, I saw Eric say he's watching Longmire these days. Yeah, I can find out what you're all watching. Longmire was one of my favorite TV series that went off the air a couple of years ago now. If you ever saw Longmire, I talked about it a couple of times. Really a modern day Western about a sheriff in a Western town. I think it was supposed to be northern, well, I want to say northern Nevada to, I don't know, Wyoming? I always thought it was Wyoming, but they were always out in the desert. So that was an awesome show. And you're right, Chad. No mooning shots, please. Yeah, really. So what else tonight? Tonight, you know, this show, I don't do politics on this show. Rocky and I, we reserve Rocky's show and the Situation Room for politics. And because I didn't want this show ever to become one of those shows that was just another show about politics. And so, hold on. I think I just got a, oh, Brianna wanted me to mention I sell pure romance, and that Rainey's going to have a party starting Monday if anybody's interested. So you can come on out to our house, or I don't know if maybe it's going to be their house across the street. So there you go. There's the mention, Bree, and that's what she does, amongst other things. And so let's see. Delaney says, I've been stuck on Yellowstone with Kevin Costner. Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. I like Costner in those kinds of shows that he does. Let's see. Steve says, I'm watching, Scotty. I don't watch TV. You watch your computer. So, yeah, Wisconsin's too far away for Field Guy. You need a little pure romance too, I guess. And it's, you know, it's kind of all kinds of oils and things, and all the hot chicks will smear oil all over your body so you know what to buy. So Field Guy, you may not want to miss it. Yeah, I like the live idea, Matt. Doing some interviews would be good. You know, you can pre-record interviews too. But radio shows are always great. They're always more fun and more exciting when you're doing live radio, as you can see by tonight. And so I'm thinking of doing that. I think I mentioned somewhere in here where I got cut off. There is on my YouTube channel, for those of you who are new here, you can see a year's worth of shows all in archive. We go 5 nights a week, Monday through Friday. And then we do It's Sunday. We started about 6-7 months ago, maybe 8 months ago. And so all those episodes, there's over 275 episodes that are archived right here on my YouTube channel. And when you go over and watch those, you can see the live chat room, which was live when we did the show. but you can't participate in it because it's all part of the archive. You still can, though, comment in the comments section beneath the video. And so if you want to catch up on any of the shows, if any of you if you were here and watching the last 7 weeks, we did a series on the conquering of the American West, the viewpoint of the winning of the West by the United States from the viewpoint of the Native American tribes who were subjugated and put on reservations. Very interesting history. And I got to tell you, folks, as you know and you saw many times, an incredibly emotional. You gonna flash me too?
No, you want to see my boobs?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
come on!
They're stuck under my work shirt. Oh darn!
Well, there you go. That's Rainey.
We're gonna be in here interrupting you. Well, not interrupting.
Okay, just don't be real loud.
We're not gonna be too loud. We're setting up. I'm having a pure romance party.
I just announced it.
Nice.
So
check out my page for my party.
You can check out Rainey's Facebook page.
Yeah, I'll link it.
There you go.
My profile here.
There you go. See,
All
she's just like the little kids. That's why my little kids interrupt me all through my shows.
All the ladies need to come check out the party. There's some cool stuff at Pure Romance.
Well, come on over here, Rainey, for 2 seconds. Come on.
2 seconds.
Come on. It's your party. Come on over and give your personal announcement.
It's my party.
She's coming from this side this time.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. I don't even know what I look
there's
like.
Rainey. You look
Sunglasses on,
stunning as ever.
Hi, everybody.
And so there's Rainey. So tell them about your party coming up.
Yeah, I'm having a
light.
Pure Romance party. Bree is a rep over here, or is that what we call you? Are you rep? Our representatives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the thing.
A consultant. She's my consultant. So I'll post my group on public on my page, so all the ladies can come over and join. Look.
Hey, Michelle Canham Free.
Yeah. What do we got? Yeah. Hi, Matt Bim. Who else is over there?
Everybody's over there.
I gotta read. I can't read. Yeah, Michelle. Hi.
Scott Allen, good to see you. I think I said hi earlier. Good to see you.
Yeah.
So, good.
Yeah,
Cool.
good. Come join, ladies. Ladies, come and join the party.
Do you know Bree came in and flashed me and
Did
John
she?
mooned me? I think
Nice.
it's only appropriate that you should stand over there and flash me too.
No. Okay, I will right now. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready?
I'm ready. She's gonna do something stupid.
I'm not looking.
She mooned me.
I flashed you. I flashed you.
All right.
That's still flashing.
Well, I'm not gonna show it on here.
Well, were you gonna show my front end? What the heck?
No, I wasn't gonna.
Can't show my backside, but you'll show my front side.
Backside is just as nice as the front side. It's just different.
Yeah, different.
me?
It's shinier.
That was Bree
Nice.
belching in the background. So the Rainy, says
Yeah.
Michelle Canham
It's
Free.
me.
Front
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, the front. This is the front end.
What was that? What was that? Show me
The
again.
back end.
What was the front end?
The front end.
There you go. That's the front end.
The front end. Where the headlights
So,
are. Jeez.
That's right. That's right. And frankly, I'm leaning up against one of them right now, and it has me rather happy.
Nice.
So,
One of my cantaloupes.
yeah, there you go. No. I wouldn't call it that.
They're close. It's half a cantaloupe, I guess.
There you go.
On each side.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. I should probably
Nice
go back
chassis.
to my fire. Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
You thinks? Oh, yeah.
I said,
Thanks.
yeah,
You
thanks.
said.
Thanks.
All right.
That's my fire voice. I can't help it.
And you're getting to see parts of the office you don't normally get to see.
Yeah.
All the junk, some cabinets.
I kinda like that part.
Yeah, it's kind of
It
neat.
looks
Old
pretty.
radios.
Mhm.
So
Your deck of cards.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay.
Okay.
LOL. Live is great. It says Sean Stryker. Live great. Boobs make everyone happy. You got that field guy.
Yes. Oh man, we should get Ellie in here. She will tell you all about boobs, and she will tell you about everybody's size of boobs
Mm-hmm.
and how much she loves them.
Yes, I love boobs.
Yeah.
Boobs are a good thing.
There.
They're a good thing, and I don't think it's improper to talk about them.
No, they're feeding. They're
or
feeding machines.
touch
They're
them
okay to
and
talk
things like
about.
that, you know, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So,
Hi, Mary. Good to see you too.
hey, Mary.
Yeah. Hey.
Mary J. Bell. And
Nice.
who all is in
Them
here?
fancy
I
headlights,
miss anybody?
drinks.
Yeah, you have no idea. So, hey, Kevin, how you doing, Kevin? It's Kevin Olson,
Hi, Kevin.
KDO from Min.
Oh, you know what?
So,
I don't know. I think it was Rowan. Rowan was just asking about when you were going to come visit us again. You'll have to come out soon. She's missing you.
yeah,
She wanted to know when you were going to be our Manny.
that's right, our Mr. French,
Yeah.
which is a reference that will get lost on anybody under 40 years old. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Okay.
you can stay here as long as you want.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna go over
Frankly.
here. We're setting up. We're setting up my page.
You're setting up your page. Okay.
Yes. It's raining outside.
Oh, it's raining. You should drag all your blankets in.
Yeah, get the blankets.
See, folks,
in the
this is what you get when you get live radio.
Yeah.
So,
The rain will put out the fire. You can just bring in the blankets.
there you go.
I got my nail.
All
Mr.
right.
Flynn, Arrow of Light, should know how to put out
My
a fire
hand is on her
safely.
butt, sending her on her way.
Yeah, bye. Bye. Good night, guys. Thanks. Remember, if you want to
Close
join
that door, please.
my Pure Romance party,
There you go. Pure romance.
just with my consultant, free.
And guys,
we'll be
you can
there.
come
Check
and
my
hang out
page.
with me, and we'll drink beer and stuff, and let hot chicks rub oil all over us. And this is what you buy for this. So there's some inducement, huh? All right. Oh, everything got knocked around again here. Everybody coming in and out. Boom. All right, I'm going to close this. Will you close that door, Flynn, please?
Mom, can you come back out?
It's the family room tonight. So nobody wants to come and do anything. You call them and you say, hey, kids, come here. I need you to do something. Don't see them. It's when you tell them, now stay out of here because I'm doing radio. That's when they always flood in. Now, my wife and Bree are okay. They're welcome in here anytime. My wife is welcome in here anytime. But this is the difference between a pre-recorded show and a live show that's just kind of a little loosey-goosey tonight. We're not really doing anything in particular. I was going to go through some of the material that I was going to do on the show tonight, or that I actually did on the show tonight. You can actually go listen to the show live right now over on Odyssey Radio, ODYSY1.com, and you'll hear me talking with the pre-recorded show, which did not record for the video, and that's why I'm doing this tonight. And so, for those of you who are coming in late and didn't catch that, let's see. Last job, Field Guy says, last job I had was helping a customer, and I didn't even know till I got up close that she was breastfeeding a baby. And that was a happy baby. Boom. Breastfeeding is a good thing. Boobs are good things. So let's move on just a little bit. I was going to talk tonight, and I started saying, I don't do a lot of politics on this show. You know me. I don't want to get into being, I could every day flood this show with what happened today or yesterday or what's going on in politics right now. I could give you my version of everything you hear everywhere else. And I got to tell you, I get tired of doing that. Rocky and I do that. I don't need to do it twice in a day. And even Rocky and I got tired of doing the politics every day. And so, you know where we went. We got a little frivolous. It got a little nutty. Everything was boobs and buttholes. And that's what we talked about, mixed into serious politics. And so, and there seemed to be a big audience for it, or we wouldn't have kept doing it. I can tell you that. And so, yeah, and Chad says, I've got Russian Matt for politics. There you go. And so I could do that here. Instead, I would rather talk about political philosophy. If something comes up and it's a hot issue that's out there, I'll talk about it. I don't know that everybody who listens to this show is of the same political ideology. You know, some of you might want to vote for Trump. Some might want to vote for Biden. Some of you might want to vote Green Party. You know, some of you might want to vote Independence Party, Constitution Party, Libertarian. You know, and the list is endless. Do you know there's about 25 different people running for president? But we only really hear about the top two. And because we're a two-party system in a system that has 25 parties. So anyway, what I like to talk about is some of the stuff that I presented in the show that didn't get recorded today, only in audio. And some of the stuff we were talking about, I was talking about motivated reasoning. I was talking about this whole idea of how personal politics have become. And there's research by political psychologists that help to explain why we vote the way we do. And it's informing ways to improve democratic elections. And the 2016 presidential election took a lot of people by surprise in many different ways. But in that election, and the election of Donald Trump, might have been an anomaly in many ways. It wasn't the unexpected asteroid strike that it's often made out to be. And Trump's election was the culmination of a trend. It was more than some radical, unexpected disruption that occurred on November 8th of 2016. It resulted from this long period of evolution in terms of how and why people in the U.S. identify with different political parties. And Trump was if you notice, before Trump was elected, everybody said, we need a businessman in office. We need somebody who can take over, that knows how to run things. See ya. And the women are exiting. I have somebody's sunglasses. There you go. There. Now do I look like a real radio personality with my sunglasses? And so what you've got is that there's insight from many political psychologists over the years and over the past few decades. They've kind of plumbed the depths of all these factors that are behind voter behavior and political identities. And it helps us understand politics on an individual level. Now, historically speaking, political science is focused on institutions such as governmental or political parties, how they constrain the behaviors of individuals. And what political psychology brings to the table is understanding individual motivations. What motivates you to vote for who you vote for? And frankly, I care about who you vote for. Let's be clear about that. But in another sense, I don't care. It's not my business who you vote for. I have a certain political ideology that I operate under. And I see things a certain way. I see myself as being fact-driven, common sense, and I try to keep emotion out of it as much as possible. As I've said many times, facts are stubborn things. And no matter what the dictates of our passions or the movements of our conscience or all the things that drive us to do what we do, you have to have facts and evidence. A loose paraphrase of what John Adams said. I always put out the hashtag, facts over feelings. It's not that you're not supposed to have feelings. It's that you cannot. There are some decisions where you say, I can be passionate about this, but I cannot make this decision on the seat of my pants. My political ideology needs to be based on something much deeper than emotions, much deeper than my feelings. Well, I can't vote for him because he hurts my feelings. The type of people that are out there. And so understanding individual motivation and how we make sense of the complex world is part of what political psychology brings to the table. And so beyond offering insights into the political mind, political psychology can have these practical applications, such as something you don't even think about, improving ballot design. Sometimes people vote or they're affected by the way the ballot looks, designing methodological sound polls, and possibly creating a healthier, more civil democracy. And so what we have right now in America is this huge political divide. And we all know this. We've all experienced it. How many of us, some of the things I talked about last week that, I seem to have a lot of mud being slung at me from people that, frankly, I used to hold a lot of respect for and who held some respect for me as an entertainer out at the Renaissance Festival. But a lot of the group of that people are on a different end of the political spectrum than me. So I've been called everything from a Nazi to I was called a paranoid misogynist yesterday. I said, I frankly see myself as a fearless polygamist. Not polygamist, polygynist. Boy, mix those two words up. I am not a fearless polygamist. I only have the one wife. But I'm a fearless polygynist, which is the opposite of misogynist. A misogynist hates women. A polygynist loves women. And so I said, no, I think I'm more of a fearless polygynist rather than a paranoid misogynist. So which are you? So you've seen it. You've already seen it. You see it on social media every day. You open up your pardon me, we're live. You open up your social media, and what are you bombarded with every day? Every stinking post is political. Now, I put up my share of political posts. I generally share news articles and things. But I'm not, and sometimes I throw out memes. But I think I hold a very common sense position. And that's the way I view myself. But I'm bombarded by the emotional divisiveness that is out there. People who are, I had somebody the other day, a friend of mine in real life for 25 years. And that person shared the meme. You might have seen the meme. It shows a girl laying back on a sofa. She's wearing a t-shirt and it says something like, Jesus was black and unarmed. And the caption she put over the top was, I'll bet this is gonna really anger the Christians out there. And I thought, what a great motivation for a meme. I'm going to throw something up there that's just to twist the titties of the Christians out there. And so you look at that, and I saw that post, and I said, we all know this. I said, Jesus wasn't black. I said, he was Middle Eastern. He was Semitic. He was a Jew in Judea of the first century. And I said, it wasn't anybody. And I said, you know who killed him? Other brown people killed him that were also Middle Eastern Jews. Living in Semitic DNA, living in Judea. I said, so Jesus was a brown guy killed by other brown guys. And I wasn't arguing with her. I just said, the shirt says this. Jesus was black and was unarmed. I said, well, remember what his ministry was all about? He was brown-skinned, and it was brown-skinned people that killed him. And my friend came back and just blasted me. This is the same person who told me a few weeks ago, I hope you have guns in your home to protect you and your family, because if Trump wins again, there's going to be a revolution and I'm going to be part of it. And you're going to need to protect yourself. And I'm like, wow, is that supposed to be voter intimidation? And she didn't like that either. I said, I think you're sending the wrong message. And I said, if you're going to have a message, I said, I'm a historian. I said, so I will react to things in a historical level. I said, Jesus wasn't black. I said, historically, he was Semitic. I said, he was brown-skinned. And she just blasted me over this thing. And telling me how I left Christianity long ago, and Christianity, a bunch of bullshit, this stuff you put. I said, maybe you haven't been up on things lately. I said, but I kind of walked away from the church and ministry many years ago. I said, I'm kind of with you on some of the points you're making. I said, if you want to have a meme be effective, I said, it's only going to be effective to ignorant people who are ignorant of history. I said, then that meme you just put up is probably pretty effective. I said, but if you want to be really effective, I said, be on your historical mark. Know what you're saying. Know what you're sharing. Be historically accurate and make a meme out of that. And they were contesting with me. Her and one other guy initially contested with me about Jesus wasn't killed by whites, the Italians, the Romans, you know. And I said, no, historically, you've got to keep in mind. This was in that same post. I said, Judea was a vassal state of Rome. Rome came in and was ruling Judea. And I said, you know what they did right around 30 AD or CE, if you prefer that reference? I said, all rights for the Judean or the Israelite government to have capital punishment was abolished. They had to go through the Roman governor to get a writ of execution in order to have the permissions to kill somebody. So you know who wanted to kill Jesus? Romans didn't give two rats' asses. You saw when he brought him to Pilate. Pilate says, who's this guy? They had to inform him who he was. Well, what did he do? Well, he blasphemed God. And Pilate's like, you know, what do I care? Was basically the kind of answer he gave. And it said he sought diligently to release him. But the Sanhedrin was the one who wanted him dead. The Sanhedrin was the Jewish ruling council of the day in first century Judea. And so the kids just let the dog in here, and I'm not sure why. You can take the dog out with you. Thank you. And so the Sanhedrin wanted Jesus put to death, but they had to get the permission of the Romans to do it. And then the Romans carried out the execution, along with the temple guard. And so you see the whole meme, Jesus was black and unarmed. You know the point they're making. I say that's a sweet, schnazzy little point you're trying to make, but it's not based on real history, so it's meaningless. It's vapid. It's void. Now, I wasn't that nasty with my friend. But I said, you know what? Sometimes, I said, you have to present the history. And so I get called all kinds of stuff. So that's the point I was on. You've all seen it. There's a partisan divide out there. And it's so driven by politics, it is unbelievable. The reason I get all the nastiness is because of the political stance I take. An old group of friends, once they knew that I voted for Trump and I supported the president, they call me this mindless cult following Trumpite, you know. And you know what? I think I know a little more than that. I think I have a little more common sense than that. That's why I support the ideology I support. And polarization might be the defining feature of American politics in 2020. It's not just politicians fighting across the aisle anymore. The general public, too, shows this growing antipathy toward those in the opposite political camp. Boy, back in the year I was born, 1960, only 4% of Democrats and 4% of Republicans in a poll said that they would be disappointed if their child married someone from the opposite political party. That was according to a study by the Inter-University Consortium for Political and Social Research, Allman G. and Verba S. And it was a civic culture study in 1959-1960. But now, by 2018, a similar study, so we're talking, what is that now? That is 50 years later, 2018, from 1960. Wait, what was I? That was 57 years later. 58 years later. There you go. I'm a mathematician. Math is hard. And by 2 years ago, 45%, up from 4% of Democrats, and 35%, up from 4% of Republicans, reported that they'd be unhappy if their child did the same, married somebody from a different political party. And party identification is a monster that's creating these intense divisions. Understanding what goes into that is a major goal in political psychology right now. Now, most political researchers agree that the modern era, the modern media, that the modern media environment has a lot to do with that hostility. Would you agree or disagree with that point? And once there were 3 networks that saw it as their responsibility to cover the news and the events in the world in an objective way. It was called journalism. Then people realized they could start that they could cover the news in such a way that they could turn a profit. And today we have partisan cable news networks and clickbait news websites, and then they feed off of all the political disagreement. They're making money by energizing polarized audiences. And you see it every day on social media. Now, I want to talk about motivated reasoning, which was really the title for tonight's show. It was motivated reasoning. And I want to look and see what you guys are having to say about some of this. When do you stop saying friend with friends like that who need enemies? With friends like that who needs enemies, Matt says. Agreed. I have not lost or deliberately left any friendships over politics, ever. Now, by friends, you can call loosely friends. Acquaintances on Facebook, I've had to ban some people not because I can't handle an argument with somebody or a debate or see things a different way. It's because they are there to abuse other people that come in and read my posts and talk on my posts. So there's some people I give them a warning. I say, hey, if you can't be decent, you're going to be gone. And I can take it. You know why? I wear my big boy pants. It's like the whole thing I say about being offended. You know why you can't offend me? You might be able to piss me off. You might be able to make me go, oh, why do you think that about me? Why do you call me a Nazi? You know, I might have those reactions, but you can't offend me. You know why? You all know why. Say it together with me. I've said it a million times. Because being offended is a choice. If I was to be offended by all of that bullshit, do you know what it would become for me? I would choose to be offended. But because I don't choose to be offended, I don't have to get rid of you. I don't have to make you walk away. If I have a post on a social media, you can come and say your piece as long as you don't abuse people in the chat room. Once you start getting abusive, I'll give you a warning. I'll say, it ain't your politics. I disagree with you. You can say what you want and speak your mind here, and we can talk about it, debate it, discuss it, converse about it. But the minute you start becoming abusive to people in the chat room or calling names or even resorting to name calling, I'll just let you go. You can go do that with like-minded people. So that's what that's all about as far as I'm concerned. But looking at motivated reasoning, in the United States, political affiliation is a strong driver of political behavior. And citizens who identify as strongly Republican or Democrat are more likely to vote and participate in politics. Did you know that was the findings of a study? People who strongly identify as Republican or Democrat are more likely to vote in an election than somebody who doesn't. Somebody says, I'm independent. I don't know. I'm undecided. That's what the studies have found. And on the other hand, when partisan citizens become angry about politics, they're less influenced by the information and less likely to support bipartisan politicians who reach across the aisle to find compromise, a stance that can drive politics in a more extreme direction. And you can get into featured groups, you can get into liberal and conservative and the breakdowns and some of these patterns in these studies. The clearest finding from the study was the robustness of political tribalism. And so you have to look at yourself. You have to say, and by the way, these studies aren't condemning them or condoning them. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It just is a thing that's there. So ask yourself, am I part of Part of this study looks at the fact that we all congregate or glom onto or group ourselves with people who are of like mind as we are, be it Republican, Democrat, whatever, be it pot smokers of America, be it Star Trek fans, Trekkers, be it Star Wars fan. Are you a Jedi Knight and you're part of the Jedi group? Usually we will find the groups that appeal to us and we cling to those people in those groups. That's who we are drawn to. And we will think along the same ideological lines as the groups that we are drawn to. And researchers are really beginning to understand the nuances of the ways that group identify influences, how group identity influences our political choices. So justifying the status quo is really where we come to with our groups. Where motivated reasoning can help explain how people on opposite ends of the political spectrum can have such different views of the world. How many times have you found yourself saying, God, I cannot believe I remember saying this, I cannot believe the Obama supporters still support him. How can they think clearly and support him? Now, that's an example of this kind of thinking, is that we tend to be mystified how the other end of the spectrum can think the way they think. And another theory known as system justification describes people's tendency to defend and to justify the status quo, even when it means supporting politicians or policies that appear to be at odds with their own self-interest. Take a look, for example, people on the left will say, how can you support a guy like Trump? He's a womanizer. He's grabbing women's pussies. I'd hear that all the time. And I'd say, that didn't actually happen. That's something he was being braggadocious about and saying, I could grab any pussy I want to grab because I'm a billionaire and blah, 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 blah. You've also got the people who are saying, how can people on the left support Joe Biden for president? Now, I'm not talking about Joe Biden being a bad guy. I'm saying Joe Biden, it's very clear that Joe Biden is settling into the early stages, if not the middle stages of dementia. And when you look at that, you say, how can a party in the United States willfully promote this person as the solution? It's all because Trump, and so we look at the different ends of the political spectrum and say, we all justify the things that we find distasteful. There are things that are distasteful about Trump to me, but I support him as the president. And I'll probably vote for him again. Not even a probably. I'll vote for him again. If that turns any of you off, too bad. There's going to be people who say, I don't want Trump in the office. I will vote for Biden because he's getting Trump out and there's good people surrounding him. And, he won't make the decisions. Kamala Harris will, and et cetera, et cetera. And so you see justifications on both ends for the way we do and believe things. And Eric, absolutely correct about it's easy to, he's so easy to puppet, Biden. Yes. Well, he is. And that's too bad because even though I disagreed with him, I've said this before, this isn't news tonight. I've said before, I have always thought all along throughout the decades that Joe Biden was a decent guy. He was just on another end of the spectrum from me politically, and I disagreed with his ideologies. And so I don't hold it against Joe. I hold nothing against Joe Biden. Joe Biden is going the direction many people go at that age. He's drifting into senility, they used to call it, dementia, and he shouldn't be running for president. I think he got dragged in kicking and screaming. I think after the death of his son, and I've said this before a few years ago, after the death of his son, he wanted nothing more than to just be done. I've got my legacy. I'm vice president of the United States. I ran 2 other times for president, didn't make it. But come on, man. I've got my legacy. And I think he just wanted to go fishing, frankly. And they dragged him back in because they thought that's who people would vote for against Trump. And I feel bad for Joe Biden. Maybe he's got his lucid moments and he's fine. Maybe he's got his lucid moments and he's like, what the hell am I doing? So I feel bad for that whole situation. And so moving on with this, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight. Anyway, this part of it. People are motivated to defend and justify aspects of the status quo because they're part of the status quo. System justification, this seems to have played a role in support for Trump. And it also is now playing a role in support for Biden. With people motivated to support a traditional American way of life with Trump, a theme made plain in Trump's slogan, Make America Great Again. And to explore how system justification may have factored into Trump's success, they analyzed responses from a nationally representative sample of Americans surveyed shortly before the 2016 election. And the researchers found that the justification of economics and gender-based disparities in society was strong enough associated with support for Trump and his stance. And by the way, the gender-based related variables, that includes things like immigration and all of that. So it's a blanket term. So there are interesting differences in what aspects of the status quo people want to change or to preserve. And we're going to talk about that in tomorrow's show. So that's kind of where I left off today with the audio version of the show and what was supposed to be the video version. So the Patriot Party, yes, Steve, they weren't allowed the nonprofit organization certification permit. Yeah. So I think it should be easier than it is to start another party. Yeah, Kamala Harris is going to be another easy puppet as well, Karen, I believe. That's from my ideological point of view. And if you're for Biden-Harris, you're going to have an ideological point of view that finds those problems in the Trump administration. So anyway, there it is. It's the politics of not personality. Politics has become much more personal. And if you haven't seen that on your own social media, Facebook walls and Twitters and things like that, you're not looking for it. And, I could live without it. So I think both parties need to be gone, says Sean Stroik. We need a constitution of states. Yeah, that's what we were supposed to be. And and by the way, hi, Karen Steele. Good to see you here tonight. And so Morgan Snow, how you doing? Good to see you. Glad you're here tonight. Those of you I didn't get a chance to say hi to, it's only because I haven't seen you yet. I've been blathering on too much. So it was a weird show tonight in a way because it was a show that I came in and did and said, I'm going to go live tonight because I had technical problems with the recorded version for tonight. I did it, but technically had problems with it. Now, you've also seen, those of you who have been in here tonight, you've also seen, by this being a live program, the mishaps that can take place. Well, for instance, those of you who weren't here, my next door neighbors came over and mooned me and flashed me in my doorway while I'm doing radio. Then they came over and said hi. Their baby, came in with the baby. Rainey came in and flashed me. Then she mooned me from over there. And then she came over and said hi, and you know where that all went. And so you can see it was a weird night. But this is what happens with live. I like to call it scintillating live radio. Though technically, this show isn't radio. We're doing a live stream here tonight. And so, thank you, Morgan. I love my shirt too. Look at that. I like this. I think it's a cool shirt. I like it. I tried to get one with asteroids and stars and moons and rocket ships on it and stuff like that. And they were sold out. I got this one because I like it. It's got the cool cuffs and the cool everything. It's a slim fit shirt and it fits me. That's nice. I like that. So it's the athletic fit. So there you go. But yeah, I like this. I haven't had a shirt like this for a long time. My neighbor came over tonight before the show started and we were having a fire outside and he goes, "Hey, nice rodeo clown shirt." And I was like, "Yeah, hey, look into my eye." So there you go. And let's see, Barry Chad, Eric Layton, Scott Allen, Susie Q. Why, thank you, Jeannie. And too bad you can't be here. You should be in the chat room, Jeannie. I miss seeing you around. So Susie Q represents you well, however. And let's see. So anything else we've got to look at before we start to wind down? Congress needs to be abolished. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd agree with you on that, Field Guy. I think Congress needs to have term limits. And I think Congress needs to get their job done. I think they shouldn't get paid if they don't get their job done. How about that? So I'm looking back. There's lots of comments through here. I haven't been paying attention because I was talking too much. And, I will say again that I see Joe Biden not as an idiot or anything like that. I see Joe Biden as somebody who is falling to the mental and physical decay of the body. Some people, it hits them harder than other people. Did you know that they said a great factor in the precipitation of dementia and Alzheimer's is the emotional stress, like the loss of a loved one? That will degrade a person fast. Now, what happened to Joe a few years? He lost his son, who died, his oldest son. And so you look at that and you go, I think that affected him. So I feel bad for Joe Biden. I hate to see anybody decline like that, even when they disagree with me personally, on another end of the political spectrum from me. Politics are politics and life is life. That's the way I view these things. Sometimes we have to make them cross. It's a vital election, I think, this year. I think that there are certain ideologies that should not be in power in this country. That should not be running things. But that's from my politically ideological point of view. So there you go. All right, folks, here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it. It's been a little over an hour since we started this live stream. I'm a little tired out still from the week travel. It's kind of funny. I didn't think I'd be tired out at all. I'm a little tired out today because we were so focused and so myopic of everything else, and pushing everything else out and focusing on this project all week when I was out of town that it consumes you. And then you get home and you're like, you back to my regular schedule. So thank you, Michelle. You look great too. That's all I got for tonight. I could go on and I could blether for a while, the way we do a lot when we have these free times like this. But you know what? I got kids out there I haven't seen all week, other than today when I was yelling at them for being little animals running around. And so I'm going to go spend time with them, go spend time with my luscious wife. And other than that, we're going to be back not tomorrow because it's Saturday. It's Labor Day weekend, folks. Have you started your vacation yet? Have you started vacation, your holiday yet? I hope you're going to have some, if not big plans, small plans. We'll build a fire out in the side yard here again. We're not necessarily going anywhere. I'm going tomorrow, by the way. Stillwater, those of you who are local, 2 p.m. on the old Stillwater Bridge, which is now a footbridge since they opened the new big Stillwater Bridge. We're going to do the Freedom Flag event with Rocky Stucci. And we're going to be flying our flags, our Trump flags, and our American flags. If you have a Biden flag, I don't know. You might not want to fly it there, but nobody's going to do you any harm. But so we're going to fly the American flag and Trump flags, and there's going to be the Trump boating flotilla that comes down the St. Croix River and under the bridge. So we're going to be there for that at 2 p.m. tomorrow, depending on the weather. If it's raining and stuff, we probably won't stand out in the rain waving flags with metal flagpoles on a metal bridge. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time for It's Sunday, or 10 a.m. out east, or 8 a.m. Mountain Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And somewhere over in Australia, it's going to be like 2 in the morning, something like that. So that's Sunday morning coming up. And then we'll be back Monday, all next week. Regular time again, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And so all of you, as Steve says, take care, stay safe and healthy. And I wish that on all of you. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Have a good holiday. Monday's a holiday. Enjoy it. Hopefully you don't have to work at some essential job on Monday, and you can take the day off. So all of you, my heart to yours. I appreciate you. I love you. And thank you for being here, for taking your time and spending it with me over here. So we'll talk to you soon. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you on Sunday morning. Bye.